I'm back this week with my second terrarium. If you haven't seen my first video on terrariums, you should check it out as it explains what's going on. Anyway, I added my drainage layer of stones and then my mesh. At some point during this I remembered that trying to film here is a bit of a disaster and I started to question what I was doing. I then started to add my soil layer. I was trying to slope the soil up towards the back so it gives a bit more depth. It was at this point I really wasn't happy with how it was going. The torch helps, but I can't hold a torch the whole time. So I gave up and came back to this a few days later. A change of location and a change of camera. Hopefully now you can see what's going on a bit better. I haven't really found a good place to film in this house yet, but so far this spot seems to be a bit better. Let me know below if you think it's an improvement. I added a stone and moved it around until I got an angle I liked. Here's a view from the top. I then added a smaller second stone. I may have chosen a better place to film, but if I stick my hand in front of everything, it's a bit of a waste of time. I think at this point it was all getting a bit fiddly with the second stone, and I needed some extra front of camera hand support to get that stone into position. This jar was still a struggle. Not as tough as the smaller one. I imagine if you could fit your whole hand in a container, it would be life-changingly amazing. You could really build something and it just wouldn't be so fiddly. Likewise, trying to use something with an even smaller opening like a bottle must be an absolute nightmare. I added the springtails. They were on a piece of coal. Hopefully enough of them fell off and went into the jar. I also added a teaspoon of water from the springtails pot, as some of them were swimming in there. I added a final little stone over to the side. Now it's time for the moss. This is from the corner of a garden that doesn't get much sun, so it should do okay inside with the lower light conditions. I just add little clumps and push them down into the soil. They may seem a little squished, but over time they'll grow and they'll start getting tall again. Here it is from the top. I added a little sprinkle of tiny stones on top to give it a bit more texture and interest. Hopefully it makes it look a bit more natural. I finally added this little branch and I just moved it around until I liked where it was positioned. I then use an earbud to wipe some dirt from the inside of the glass. So that's the final design. Just a final sprinkle of tiny grit for further texture. It just needs to be sealed up now, so I did the same as last time. Took some plastic and put it in between the glass and the lid. I seem to have the bluntest scissors of all time, but I somehow eventually got it cut. I will then trim off the excess shortly. So here it is. It's finally complete. I'm quite happy with it. I think it's better than the smaller one. Now I've just got to do the third, larger jar, so look out for that at some point. Thanks for watching, see you next time.